If you're a business owner and accounting is the last thing on your mind, don't worry, you're not alone. Accounting can be very time-consuming, confusing, stressful, but worst of all, it takes you away from doing whatever it is that actually makes you money. Bookkeeping is important, but it shouldn't take away from your bottom line. Here at Todd Frazier CPA, we want to help. Let us take away the stress and worry over accounting so you can focus on growing your business. What we do is very simple. We set up and host your accounting software. We configure and organize your data, and then we supply you with simple, accurate reports that you can use to make timely, critical decisions and help propel your business to success. Think about it. With more time, you can focus on getting more customers and growing your business without the accounting headache. If this sounds like something that can help you grow your business, don't hesitate. Get a hold of us, come see us at toddfraziercpa.com or message us wherever you're seeing this video. Your business deserves your best. Let us help.
Well, good morning, and hopefully you are having a great day already. It's a little bit early if you're catching this live right now, but hopefully that's a good thing that you're up early and ready to rock and roll. I just wanted to take some time. I've got a conference call I got to get on here this morning, but I wanted to take some time real quick and run through some business expense deduction categories for all you business owners out there that might need a little help, because it is close to tax time, and you're probably wondering, if you haven't already, what can I deduct on my income so that I don't have to pay taxes as much, right? That's what we all want to do. We want to make money, but we don't want to pay taxes. And if you figure out how to do that, let me know, because I don't know how to make money and not pay taxes. But there's a lot of things we can do to help that and make that be better for you a little bit, take the sting out a little bit, because you can pay less taxes by deducting legitimate business expenses. So I'm going to take you through the top 20 categories, business expense deductions. And if you have any questions, because I'm live, you can ask questions in the comment box. I will get to them as I can. It's a little bit delayed on my end, but I will be able to answer those questions as they come through. So let's get going so that you can get on with your day and we can get you some valuable information. All right, first things first. The question, what do I pay taxes on? Right. So what is it that I pay taxes on? And that's the question I get a lot of times from especially new business owners. Is like, what do I do when it's tax time? What do I pay? And the answer is you pay taxes on the net income. Your taxes are calculated on the net income of a business. So not all the revenue that you get in from what you're selling or your service is taxable. Though that's your gross revenue, and then you deduct your expenses, and then your net income. Your net income is what's left over, and your net income is what you pay taxes on. So that's the answer to that first question as we go through, is what do you pay taxes on? The net income. All right, next, what are expenses? Some of you may be wondering, what are expenses? Expenses are anything that you've got to pay for your business. The IRS actually has a great, great IRS in the same sentence. I know you're probably like, what's wrong with you? Something's wrong. No, the way that they put it is that their definition is very nice for us to be able to use. If we're not sure if something is deductible, then we can go to this. The IRS definition is deductible business expenses are any expense incurred while conducting business that are considered ordinary and necessary to your business. So if something that you're doing is ordinary and necessary for your business to function, then it would be considered deductible. Okay, that would be anything that you're doing that is used for your business. That's deductible. Okay, so that's the filter that we want to look through when we're thinking about business deductions, what they can be, and what kind of items that you can use. If you use it for your business, then it is deductible. All right. Moving on, the first category is advertising. This shouldn't be a surprise to any of you. Advertising expense, I shouldn't say that. This probably isn't a surprise to many of you. Some of you may be like, wait a minute, I can deduct that? Yes, advertising expenses. Anything that you pay for that would be considered promoting your business. If you've got print, like if you've got postcards or things, if you're a realtor and you're putting out flyers all over the neighborhoods that you're that's in your territory, that would be considered deductible. Any media, if you're creating video or any sort of online advertising, that kind of stuff is deductible. Now this, like for me, I'm doing these videos and stuff. So this microphone that I bought for this, that's deductible. The computer that I'm using, the camera that I'm using, that's deductible. Now technically I would probably put those in another category, but they're used for that purpose and they're for my business to promote. So therefore it would be deductible. Also any events, if you put on live events for your business, that would be deductible as well. Okay. So anytime you're running anything event wise, all of the expenses related to that, even though it might be fun, right? Because that's what you want people to do is come to fun events. It is deductible. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Auto. Okay. This is kind of a little bit of a tricky one because with auto, you have some parameters because we all have, when we have cars, all of us use it for personal as well for most part if we're small business owners. So we go to a client and then maybe we go to the bank or the grocery store or whatever that's not necessarily business. So the way you calculate this is a couple of different ways. One is you can just use mileage. And if you don't already have a way to track your mileage, there's a lot of tools out there. But my favorite app is called Mile IQ, and it's a free app for the first 40 drives a month. So, and it categorizes whether your drive is business or if it's personal, and you just swipe right or swipe left depending on what kind of drive it is. It's not a dating app, even though it sounds like a dating app that we all might have heard of. But no, you swipe left or swipe right if it's business or if it's personal. And then it keeps track. It keeps a log for you based on your GPS coordinates when you drive. It's really, really great, super simple. And then you can get a report at the end. I've got one of my clients that they send me a report at the end of every month with all their mileage. And then I keep that. And then at the end of the year, when it's time to do taxes, then we calculate all that together and we put it into their tax return. And you get 54 cents a mile for 2016 from the IRS as a deduction. So let's say you drive 1,000 miles, right? You're going to get $540 deducted based on that mileage off of your income. So the other option is you can do mileage or you can do actual usage. So like if you're paying for fuel, for your maintenance, for your repairs, all of that cost for your car, that is deductible for the business percentage. So if you drove your car 50% business, 50% personal, and then you get to the end of the year and it's like, I spent $2,000 on my car total, then you would deduct $1,000. You would deduct 50% of that based on your business usage. And that's up to you. And you track that however you want to track what percentage is business versus personal. And then that's how you get the auto deduction. Now, with your actual car or your car payments, there's two different ways to do that. And it's not on this spreadsheet here or on this presentation here, but you can either capitalize your car, which means the entire cost of your car gets put in as an asset for your business, which means it's owned by the business and you have to use percentages of business versus personal. But then you would depreciate that car over a certain amount of years. Or if it's a lease situation where you're leasing the car, then those lease payments are what you deduct. Okay, so it's not, you can't deduct payments and value of the car. It's either or, not and also. Okay. Bank charges. If you've got a bank that charges you, like, I don't know, Bank of America, or most banks, but Bank of America, in my opinion and my experience, has the most fees. But any of those fees that you're paying for your bank, for your merchant services, for your credit card receipts, for your interest is in another category, but it's included. So those kind of things are all deductible against your income for tax purposes. All right. So any bank fees, any merchant fees, if you're buying checks for your business, any purchasing of checks, that is deductible. Okay. And I'm just going to check one thing real here. Okay, we're good. So that is bank charges, right? And they're all deductible. No percentages based on business or personal, because that's all usually for your business, right? All right, next, computer and software. Okay, so if you've got computers for your business, which most of us do, and if you don't have a computer for your business, I'd love to talk to you and find out how you're running your business these days with no computer, because it's pretty critical that you have a computer these days. But a computer, if you buy a new computer or you have to fix your computer, that's deductible. If you have to buy an iPad or a new phone or any of those types of things, those are deductible. All of your expenses for those kind of things that sometimes we think, oh, I don't know if I can deduct this. It's a new computer. It's super awesome and expensive, is deductible. You have to have it for your business. In my opinion, we all have to have computers. I don't know how you can do it without computers. So that is computer and software expense. Also, any computer software. If you have specific software that you use, like I have a software that I have for all my accounting that I do and all my taxes that I do, the cost for that software is 100% deductible because it's all for business, right? So any computer software that you have to have for your business, that's deductible, right? Okay. Let's see. Oh, continuing education. This is a big one for those of us with licenses that have to stay up. Actually, the call that I'm getting on is a continuing education call this morning. So continuing education is something that you need for your license. You need your license to be able to be active, and you must have it for your business. Therefore, the education to keep that license active is deductible. So like the requirements here, these are from the IRS website, is must be required for license used in trade or business, and it maintains or improves your job skills. So like if you are a computer programmer and you're going to take a course to improve your computer programming skills or learn a new platform in your programming, that's deductible. Even though it's not for a license, it's improving your current skill. Now, the only caveat to that is if you are trying to change jobs and you're getting a new skill that's not related to what you're doing now, that technically is not deductible, okay? So it has to be related to what you're doing now, not to get a new job, or it has to be related to your license that you use for your job. So realtors, all your continuing education, that is deductible. If you have to do something for whatever board that you're related to for your business, that is considered deductible. As long as it's for your business and it's reasonable and necessary, it's deductible, okay? Dues and subscriptions. This used to be the old doctor's office where you've got magazines sitting on the table so that people can read it and not get bored while they're waiting for your services. Most of us do all that on our phone, right? They do all that. We look it up on Google or we're checking our emails or whatever. There's no real need for dues and subscriptions as far as magazines go, but dues and subscriptions also have to do with if you have regular software costs, for instance, we could put it software or we could put subscriptions. Lots of us have services that we pay subscriptions for. That would be under this. There's lots of ways, there's lots of things in this category that would be helpful. It's any recurring expense, weekly, monthly, annually, etc., that may not fit into the other categories. So again, a lot of these are going to overlap. They're going to be deductible in any of these categories. Now, you can't do multiple categories. You can't say something is a computer software and a subscription and deduct it twice. That's not allowed, okay? So dues and subscriptions, anything that is a recurring expense, regular on whatever regular is for you, that's deductible, okay? Equipment. If you buy any equipment, that's when I said, I was talking about advertising, I was saying this microphone and my recorder and my camera and all that stuff, that's deductible. I would probably not put that in advertising. I would put that in equipment. I would put that in an equipment category that I would write off as far as deductions. If it's equipment that you're using for your business, obviously it's going to be deductible. Equipment or machinery used in your trade or business. So if you're a contractor and you've got a lot of tools that you're dealing with on a daily basis and you purchase those are deductible. It's used for your trade or business, right? So if you have any other, I'm not sure what else we could think of. There's lots of other things we could think of where you've got equipment that you use for your business. Anything related to office expense, or office, equipment really could go in here, but I tend to put that in the office category. That's coming up shortly. So any equipment that you use for your business, right? Events and conferences, if you're going to, this is not for when you're putting them on, that'd be advertising, but if you're going to events or conferences, if you've got an update for your board or for your business that they're doing an event or a conference and you go to that, the tickets that it costs to get in there, those are deductible. Any materials that you buy for that's deductible. Anything related to the event or conference that you're using for your business, and if you're going to an event to promote your business, that is deductible too. So in events and conferences, trade shows, business conferences, all that stuff, that's deductible. And that's the cost of your ticket to get in the show. We're going to talk about traveling to get there later, okay? So tickets to get into the show, trade shows, business conferences, those are deductible, all right? And as I'm going through here, if you've got any questions, go ahead and comment, and I'll try and get to them as I can. But I'm trying to run through this quickly for you, so you're not sitting here for an hour, and we're just trying to get in and getting out, so you can get lots of information. All right. Next one, gifts. Now, this one I like to try and stay away from as much as possible. The IRS treats the word gifts differently than most other things. Okay, gifts to the IRS is specifically gifts that relate to nothing other than just giving something to someone else and hoping that they reciprocate's probably the wrong word, but just hoping that they see that gift as a way to promote your business, right? But it's actually a gift. So here's their thing. They limit it. They limit gifts to $25 per client or individual. So you can't go out and buy, I don't know, $1,000 computer and give it as a gift. That would not be deductible. You'll only be able to use $25 of that. So gifts, I try and stay away from gifts and not even put them in any tax returns. I usually put it to promotional for advertising, promotional items, especially if they've got your business name on it or if they've got anything like that related to promoting your business. I preferred it to put it to promoting your business and as advertising rather than gifts, because the IRS looks at gifts differently than anything else. So again, it's deductible, but I try and stay away from it because you're limited to $25 a person. Insurance. All of us have insurance. Now, this is one that's going to have a little bit of question because of all the health insurance and stuff, health insurance and things going on right now. But you are, as a business owner, you can deduct insurance, right? You can deduct your general liability 100%. You can deduct health insurance, but only for your employees, right? Your employee that you're paying health insurance for, that's 100% deductible. It gets a little different for you as the business owner. There are certain restrictions. It's not just a regular deduction. A lot of times you'll get the self-employed health insurance deduction where it's not deductible on your business, but it moves over against your AGI so that it reduces your AGI, therefore reducing your taxable income. But there's a lot of calculations that go into that. So just know for health insurance, 100% of your employees, and for you as the business owner, it's a little bit different. Okay, you still get to deduct it, but it doesn't deduct dollar for dollar off of your business revenue, okay? And then also product insurance. If you've got insurance on any inventory that you're holding or any items that you might have, any of your equipment that you're using for your business, if you have insurance on those items, that's deductible as well, okay? And any of the insurance you've got that's, again, reasonable and necessary for your business, that's deductible, okay? Always look at everything through that filter, all right? Okay, what's next here? Interest. I mentioned this when we were talking about bank charges. This is interest. If we've got interest on credit cards, bank loans, anything like that, all of that interest is deductible. Okay. Interest on car payments, that's deductible as interest, not as auto. Okay. So that's something you can pull out of your payments so that you kind of get you don't get a double dip because you don't get to write that off when you deduct your car as a whole, but you get to add the interest that you're paying as an expense on the business, and that reduces your business income, therefore reducing your taxes. Okay. All right. Moving on. Internet and telephone. How many of us can run a business without internet and telephone these days? None of us. I don't know anybody that doesn't have internet, and telephone. I don't know anybody that doesn't have internet. You got to be online. You got to be on social media. You got to have a website. You got to have some sort of internet presence. And if you don't, then you're probably missing out. So internet, I always tell all of my clients, internet, write it all off. All of your internet. You can't split internet up. It's not set up where you can say, this is my business portion, this is my personal portion. You can, but for all intents and purposes, it's so inexpensive. And on a regular basis, it's mostly business. So all of your internet, all of your telephone, also all of your telephone expenses as far as your telephone equipment. If you're buying new cell phones, right? If you've got hotspots for internet, if you've got attachments, accessories for your telephones, for your cell phones, all that stuff, all of that's deductible, guys. Okay. So anything related to internet and telephone, 100% deductible, especially if you're using it 100% for your business. But most of us are using it for our business full time. Okay. Next, meals and entertainment. We like this one. Yay! We can go eat food and we can go to shows and we can deduct it from the IRS. Yes, you can, but there is a caveat with this one, as the IRS likes to do. There are certain specifications that they like you to stay within, right? You only get to deduct 50% of your meals and entertainment. Here's the deal. The IRS is saying, okay, you are using this for your business. That's great, but you have to eat to live. So we're only going to let you take 50% of that. Maybe you're taking a client out to get them to sign this big deal, and you've taken them to a show or a game or something like that. Those tickets, they say, yeah, okay, you're using it for business, but it's also a really cool, fun thing to do. So you only get to write off half of it, right? So that is meals and entertainment. You only get to deduct 50% of that, right? This includes restaurants, tickets to anything. If you're going to Starbucks, if you're meeting at Starbucks for a coffee, write it down. It's deductible. 50% is better than 0%, right? So we might as well keep track of it. Use, I'm going to talk about this in a minute, but use an accounting software, please. Don't hold on to receipts. Don't bring your accountant a shoebox of receipts at the end of the year and say like, yay, here you go, now do my accounting. That doesn't help anybody. You don't know where you are during the year. And it is frustrating for those of us who do taxes and prepare returns for individuals that bring, it's not impossible, but it just is nice because there's so many tools out there for you. And I'm going to talk about some of those in a second that can help you keep your business expenses organized, okay? So meals and entertainment, you only get 50%, but it's better than nothing. Restaurants, Starbucks, any of that stuff. Grocery stores, I would not put in this category because if you're getting groceries, it's probably for an event that you're putting on, right? So I would put that over an event for groceries. Office supplies, we all have offices with supplies. All the expenses for those are deductible, okay? Paper, pencils, pens, printers, furniture, all that stuff, that's deductible for your business. If it's in your business office or in an office that you use for business, then like right now I'm in my home office doing this. So the cost of all this stuff is deductible that's related to my business. I don't write my drums off because that's not for my business. I use it as a release when I'm stressed out from business, but my drums are not technically a business expense, okay? This TV behind me that I'm using, the shelf that it's sitting on, the microphone, I put that over in equipment, but all of these things, my desk, keyboard, mouse, anything like that that's related to business supplies, that is included and deductible, okay? Services. Most of us can't do it all, right? We can't do everything for our business. So we pay people for outside services. We pay them for accounting services. We pay them for tax services. We pay them for trash services. We pay them for shredding services. We pay all kinds of services for people to come in and do things for us. So those are all deductible. Subcontractors specifically are in this category. Any professional services, CPA, attorney, consultants, any outside services. And I also include employee payroll in this because they are providing you a service for your business. They would technically be under a payroll category under services, but they're a service. They're somebody that's doing something for you. Okay, that's deductible services. Next, purchases. If you're buying things that you're selling, purchases, that is deductible. Okay, so any product that you're purchasing, this is also has to deal with inventory tracking, but I want to say something specifically about inventory tracking. You only have to track your inventory from a tax standpoint now. You want to track your inventory so you know what you have. But from a tax standpoint, you only have to track your inventory if you're over $1 million in sales. So if you're under $1 million in sales, you don't have to track your inventory from a tax perspective. You do want to track it just so you know what's going on, right? But you don't have to do it from a tax perspective. But purchases, anything you're purchasing to sell, that is deductible 100%. Rent and occupancy, if you have an office and you pay rent and you pay or storage rent, any repairs and maintenance to those spaces, that is all deductible, okay? And then anything that you might think of that's reasonable and needed for your business within those parameters, you would include that in this. All right, moving on. Startup costs. Okay, this is a little bit different. If you've just started a business, but you have no income, right? You have no income, you can deduct $5,000 of expenses in the initial year as a startup cost. Okay. So this is really only for people that have just started their business and they didn't have any revenue. Because typically if you have revenue, it's called a loss, not a startup cost. Okay, so that's the difference between a startup cost and a loss. If you've got revenue for the year, then you're not really worried about startup costs because all those startup costs are used within your loss for running your business. Okay, does that make sense? This is a little bit of a niche expense, but it is there and you can use it if you're starting your business and don't have any revenue. That's something to talk about. If you're a Schedule C person and you're not an LLC or a corporation or a partnership and it comes through on your Schedule C, if you lose money for 3 years in a row, the IRS considers that to be a hobby and therefore you don't get to use the expenses. You just pay tax on
If you're a business owner and accounting is the last thing on your mind, don't worry, you're not alone. Accounting can be very time consuming, confusing, stressful, but worst of all, it takes you away from doing whatever it is that actually makes you money. Bookkeeping is important, but it shouldn't take away from your bottom line. Here at Todd Frazier CPA, we want to help. Let us take away the stress and worry over accounting so you can focus on growing your business. What we do is very simple. We set up and host your accounting software. We configure and organize your data, and then we supply you with simple, accurate reports that you can use to make timely, critical decisions and help propel your business to success. Think about it. With more time, you can focus on getting more customers and growing your business without the accounting headache. If this sounds like something that can help you grow your business, don't hesitate. Get a hold of us, come see us at toddfraziercpa.com or message us wherever you're seeing this video. Your business deserves your best. Let us help.
Well, good morning, and hopefully you are having a great day already. It's a little bit early if you're catching this live right now, but hopefully that's a good thing that you're up early and ready to rock and roll. I just wanted to take some time. I've got a conference call I got to get on here this morning, but I wanted to take some time real quick and run through some business expense deduction categories for all you business owners out there that might need a little help because it is close to tax time, and you're probably wondering if you haven't already, what can I deduct on my income so that I don't have to pay taxes as much, right? That's what we all want to do. We want to make money, but we don't want to pay taxes. And if you figure out how to do that, let me know, because I don't know how to make money and not pay taxes. But there's a lot of things we can do to help that and make that be better for you a little bit, take the sting out a little bit, because you can pay less taxes by deducting legitimate business expenses. So I'm going to take you through the top 20 categories, business expense deductions. And if you have any questions, because I'm live, you can ask questions in the comment box. I will get to them as I can. It's a little bit delayed on my end, but I will be able to answer those questions as they come through. So let's get going so that you can get on with your day and we can get you some valuable information. All right, first things first. The question, what do I pay taxes on? Right. So what is it that I pay taxes on? And that's the question I get a lot of times from especially new business owners. Is like, what do I do when it's tax time? What do I pay? And the answer is you pay taxes on the net income. Your taxes are calculated on the net income of a business. So not all the revenue that you get in from what you're selling or your service is taxable. Though that's your gross revenue, and then you deduct your expenses, and then your net income. Your net income is what's left over, and your net income is what you pay taxes on. So that's the answer to that first question as we go through is, what do you pay taxes on? The net income. All right, next, what are expenses? Some of you may be wondering, what are expenses? Expenses are anything that you've got to pay for your business. The IRS actually has a great, great IRS in the same sentence. I know you're probably like, what's wrong with you? Something's wrong. No, the way that they put it is that their definition is very nice for us to be able to use. If we're not sure if something is deductible, then we can go to this. The IRS definition is deductible business expenses are any expense incurred while conducting business that are considered ordinary and necessary to your business. So if something that you're doing is ordinary and necessary for your business to function, then it would be considered deductible. Okay, that would be anything that you're doing that is used for your business. That's deductible. Okay, so that's the filter that we want to look through when we're thinking about business deductions, what they can be, and what kind of items that you can use. If you use it for your business, then it is deductible. All right. Moving on. The first category is advertising. This shouldn't be a surprise to any of you. Advertising expense, I shouldn't say that. This probably isn't a surprise to many of you. Some of you may be like, wait a minute, I can deduct that? Yes, advertising expenses. Anything that you pay for that would be considered promoting your business. If you've got print, like if you've got postcards or things, if you're a realtor and you're putting out flyers all over the neighborhoods that's in your territory, that would be considered deductible. Any media, if you're creating video or any sort of online advertising, that kind of stuff is deductible. Now this, like for me, I'm doing these videos and stuff. So this microphone that I bought for this, that's deductible. The computer that I'm using, the camera that I'm using, that's deductible. Now technically I would probably put those in another category, but they're used for that purpose and they're for my business to promote. So therefore it would be deductible. Also any events, if you put on live events for your business, that would be deductible as well. Okay. So anytime you're running anything event-wise, all of the expenses related to that, even though it might be fun, right? Because that's what you want people to do is come to fun events. It is deductible. Okay. Let's go to.
Sorry about that. Don't know exactly what happened, but we had a technical difficulty, and so it started repeating itself. Anyways, I'm just going to take you through real quick the website and where you can get some of this stuff that we're talking about here. So this is the website, my website, toddfraziercpa.com. And you got the Get QuickBooks button, the training and events, and the services. If you want to get your copy of QuickBooks Online, you can click right here, Get QuickBooks. Okay, and then that's going to take you to this page where you'll be able to choose. There's different subscription options. I'm giving a 20% discount off the life of your QuickBooks subscription, right? So for the Essentials package, it's $24 a month. You can send and track custom invoices, track income and expenses, basic all the basic accounting needs. The only thing that the Essentials doesn't have that the QBO Plus has is 1099 forms. So like if you run 1099s, the QBO Plus is going to be where you're going to want to be because it has 1099s for you. It's all integrated into the software, whereas opposed to the QuickBooks Essentials, it does not. So those are the options. Then this last option over here, this $50 a month. This is the QBO Plus, and it includes training for me. So I'll help you get it set up. I'll help you if you have questions during the month and have issues with it. I'll be able to get in there and help you with that. So those are your three options for QuickBooks Online for me: 24 a month, 32 a month, and 50 a month. You just click down here, click the select button, and then you can put in your email, your credit card number, and then right there, and then your subscription starts, and I set you up with your QuickBooks. If you're looking at this in QuickBooks, you're like, this is just too confusing. I can't do this myself. Then no problem. You're going to click right over here. Let's go back to the main page so you can see where it goes like from here. And you're going to click on the buttons down here in the middle of the screen after this loads up. Sorry, it's taking a little bit. Because really, accounting can be confusing, but we want to make it as simple as possible for you. So down here on Services, click Services, and that's going to show you what I can provide. You've got your QuickBooks software where we just were. Then you've got monthly accounting and tax, consulting and tax if you just need tax consulting, and then the training and events. So right here, you're going to click on monthly accounting and tax, and that's going to take you to our monthly accounting packages. We've got three basic packages starting at $299 a month, all the way up to $699 a month. Now the $299 package, it includes the software, so you're not paying additionally for QuickBooks. You get up to 2 active accounts. That is your credit cards and or checking accounts, and 1 passive account. So a savings account would be a passive account. Then I also handle your personal tax return, which includes a Schedule C business. So if you have a Schedule C business, then that's going to be included in your cost for this. I do not do corporate returns in this first package. You also don't get the audit protection. I call that audit protection. It just means if you are to get audited by the IRS by letter or by phone, I will handle the audit for you. I don't pay any fees for you, but I will handle the audit and make sure that there's no extra fees for my services to take care of that. Then also you get basic financial reporting, and then you get up to 1 hour of consulting a month. Down here, there's a little breakdown. I mean, it's not rocket science. It just kind of gives you a picture of what that would include. So 6 10-minute phone calls per month, which actually 10-minute phone calls are for questions. That's quite a bit. 10 emails, and then 1 hour in person. Then the second package for $399 a month. Okay, we've got includes accounting software. You get 3 active accounts. So if you got 2 credit cards in a checking account or 2 checking accounts in a credit card, that's 3 active accounts. Up to 2 passive accounts, so 2 savings type accounts. It also includes your personal return with a Schedule C business return, but it does not include a corporate tax return. So this is not where you're going to get your corporate tax return taken care of. That's the next package. But this one does include audit protection and basic financial reports, and then 2 hours of consulting. And you get 2 user accounts, so you can get in and see reports and look at things yourself if you want to. Then my last package for $6.99, it again includes accounting software. You've got 5 active accounts, 3 passive accounts, includes a personal tax return, includes a corporate tax return. This is if you're an LLC, if you're a corp, an S corp, if you're a C corp, a partnership. That's all included in this, and then it also includes audit protection. You get custom financial reports if necessary, and up to 4 hours of consulting a month, and 3+ users. So this is my most inclusive account, and if you're a corporation or if you have a corporation, this is where you're going to land. The standard account right in here for $3.99, that's probably going to fit most of you really well. And then the $2.99, really just the basic, includes the basic accounting, includes your software, includes 1 hour a month of consulting. So you just click on here, you just click select, and then in your email, your card number, and your subscription starts, and then I set you up and we get it all rock and roll. All right, hopefully this was all helpful for you guys. And if you have any questions, email me, Todd at toddfraziercpa.com. Check us out on the website, and we look forward to helping you out. All right, have a great day, and we will see you next time. Have a great one.